Somehow, HBO has made a TV show that's even worse than an already mediocre product. I am of course referring to The Last of Us 2. Ever since my viewing of the second season of House of the Dragon, I started to see a pattern. Personally, I enjoyed the first seasons of both of these shows, despite their flaws and not being as well written as the original source material, but you know what? At the time, I was glad these shows existed. However, we then got season 2 for House of the Dragon, and for some reason, the quality of the writing took the biggest fucking nosedive I've ever seen. To be fair to HBO's The Last of Us, they had the misfortune of adapting an already shitty product, but somehow found a way to make it worse. Back in the day, if you criticized The Last of Us 2, you were brushed off as just being stupid. You didn't understand true complex issues. The Last of Us 2 was clearly ahead of its time. So, of course, HBO retells the story after time passes, and people still fucking hate it. Even though I enjoyed season 1, I knew season 2 was doomed from the start. It is nearly impossible to fix the foundation of Last of Us 2's story. Anyways, the main point of making this video is to compare a scene from the game versus the TV show, so we can truly understand how the show assassinated Ellie's character, even more so than Last of Us 2 did. So Ellie and her lesbian sidekick Dina are on a quest to avenge Joel, Ellie's father figure, who was killed by this woman named Abby. The game makes it clear that Ellie getting revenge is all she can think about. It's a common trope of revenge consumes you, but admittedly, The Last of Us 2 does a decent job with the character arc, until the ending. During their travels, Ellie discovers that Dina, someone she really cares for, is pregnant, making Dina a detriment to the mission. In the game, Ellie displays that she is rightfully pissed off that someone she cares for would put herself in this position despite knowing she could jeopardize everything and be a burden. Dina saying she has to rest due to her pregnancy is what sets off Ellie because it proves her point that Dina tagging along was very irresponsible.
What are we supposed to do now?
I just need to rest for a second.
Are you fucking kidding? How long have you known? We could have still turned back.
I didn't know. I wasn't sure, okay? I didn't want to be a burden.
Well, you're a burden now, aren't you?
Now, why don't we go ahead and take a look at HBO's version. We get the same setup for HBO's Ellie, but instead of being the abrasive and revenge-crazy Ellie that she is in the game, HBO Ellie acts giddy and treats the situation like it's quirky or something. Even after HBO's Dina reveals she's pregnant, instead of Ellie snapping at Dina after hearing this news, we instead get...
I'm pregnant.
What the hell is that?
Can't forget about Ellie shoving her dirty zombie fingers up Dina's pregnant cooter. Why yes, that is completely unnecessary to show, but we're at CW levels of writing, so who cares?
Oh, come on, Diesel. Have you ever been in a very emotionally charged conversation with someone and didn't just want to pounce on them? Also, in my headcanon, Ellie has a pregnancy fetish.
First off, ew. Second, I've seen this talking point before, and I'm sorry, but a character revealing a huge secret does not automatically induce chemistry or build a romantic relationship between two characters. I have zero attachments for these two as a couple. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of these two as a couple in the game, at least Last of Us 2 Ellie doesn't drop her panties to a pregnancy reveal just for building chemistry. Oh yeah, both of these scenes include a joke to lighten the mood, I guess. The jokes are pretty similar to one another. However, while one joke is semi-funny and harmless, the other is brain-numbing cringe-inducing shit. And surprise, the shit joke is in HBO's version of The Last of Us. Why don't we go ahead and have a watch?
So we're all having a baby. I'm gonna be a dad.
The only thing I find funny, in like a this is really stupid kind of funny, is that the actual father is still alive. This isn't cute or charming. These two just come across as immature assholes.
Well, they're teenagers, so of course they're gonna act immature.
And there's a difference between two teenage girls in a post-apocalyptic setting, acting clumsy due to a lack of experience, and then there's acting carefree and constantly making jokes during serious situations, to the point where it's not funny or charming, it's just really annoying.
I think I'm pregnant. Don't worry, it's not yours.
The joke in the game isn't like super funny or anything, but it works because for one, it's Dina who makes a joke, not Ellie. Ellie continues to be more stoic because her father figure died. You wouldn't get that impression from the show because HBO Ellie in season 2 is just as giddy and carefree as she was in season 1. Dina wants to lighten up the situation so the news of her being pregnant doesn't seem as bad to Ellie. Secondly, the joke itself feels more natural, like it makes sense why she'd make that offhand comment to try to lighten the mood. But instead, we get,
I'm gonna be a dad.
I'm almost convinced this adaptation of The Last of Us was made so Neil Druckmann can get players of the game to appreciate the original source material more, and unfortunately it's almost working, and my standards for quality writing have certainly taken a dip. Should have seen this coming after House of the Dragon 2, The Electric Boogaloo, in which something totally out of pocket leads to a steamy lesbian scene.
It was my father, who was still a child, had his pleasure with me.
Oh, your father treated you like a brothel whore when you were a child? Thank God season 2 of Andor is out during the same time as The Last of Us, so I can at least balance the cringe with an actual quality show.